we interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Bam. Welcome back to Pondering Pilots. The 10th episode of the Quantum Leap Revival series is now upon us. Now this one is called Paging Dr. Swan. Ben leaps into Alexandra Topkinson, a medical resident in Seattle Hospital in 1994. As victims from a train crash pour into the ER, Addison reveals a very complicated mission facing Ben during this leap. He has to save not one, not two, but three separate victims. Meanwhile, in present day, you got Magic and Jen as they try to interrogate Janice about what the heck is going on. But she's being pretty darn selective in who she talks to and about what. This is a pretty good episode all around in my opinion. The fact that it kept jumping from victim to victim to victim in this hospital helped the flow of the episode feel pretty quickly paced and hard to look away from. Looking into the complete list of actual train crashes in and around Seattle, Washington, I discovered only one, which happened in 1993, not 94, and it killed like 5 people in the crew of the train itself. So this episode had no real historic relevance, again, unfortunately, which is what I actually like to see from the show, but even as a fictional episode, I did find it a lot of fun. One of the victims was actually Dr. Pierre Chang from Lost, which is always fun to see. One thing that I really wanted to talk about, though, was the stuff going on in current day with Janice. Even though there wasn't a ton of screen time for her, we did get a few glimpses of some answers on what's going on overall. First of all, Magic really seems at odds a little bit about this, as he believes that Janice would be on the team under any other circumstances, and maybe she should be now. I actually agree. That's what I said in the last review, that I hope that she eventually becomes part of the team. We know that Janice isn't really willing to talk to anybody but Ben. We knew that before, but she did say that she's willing to talk to one other person, which turns out to be Addison. And by the end of the episode, she says to tell Ben not to trust anybody but Janice. That includes Addison. So Addison is supposed to tell Ben not to trust her. What's going on? Also, earlier in the episode, she also signified that she might understand what's going on with the Richard Martinez character. Maybe not his name specifically, but when told he recognized Ben by name, that lit up a light for Janice. And she said that the people that sent him, Martinez, something about them, and that there's a certain order that needs to be followed. Now, she stopped herself from going any further at that point, but I mean, that was interesting. I mean, I thought that there was an order based off of that trajectory thing that we saw in maybe, episode 2, that swirly spiral looking thing, but maybe there's more to it than that. One of you guys commented on my last video about how she said she's doing what she's doing, not for them, but she didn't specify who she's doing it for. I didn't mention that in my review because I automatically kind of just assumed that she was talking about Ben. She's doing it for Ben. But then you guys are right. She probably is doing it more so for her father, Al, because the long plan is more so to retrieve Sam Beckett still. Very possible, but based off of the actions in this episode, I think that big long theory that some of you had about her trying to avoid the alternate future of evil leapers run by the military, which Richard Martinez is a loyal lapdog of, is even more possible after this episode in my opinion. I don't know. If you guys haven't seen that theory yet, please check it out because it also has to do with Sam Beckett, as some people theorize that he's actually stuck in the future, in this alternate version of the future, where he's prisoner of these evil leapers. I don't know, it's possible, it's definitely compelling at the very least, but overall guys, I liked this episode quite a bit. The show definitely still has me engaged and wanting to know more. The constant theories, I will say, have mostly died down as we're on the latter half of the season, and I want to say that we're given more answers than questions at this point, but that's okay. Guys, leave your thoughts and theories if you have them on the episode in the comment section down below. I love to read them and talk about them in the next video, so let me know. And as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and a bell to be notified when I come out with my next TV review, whether that be on Quantum Leap again, or I'm also planning to maybe talk about The Last of Us when that comes out. But until then, peace out.